The Morning After with Jake and Tori.
The 94Z Tower Takeover on 90.3.
15:09 evening.
Oh, yeah.
15:09 Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if we can do it the same way. It don't have that 6:15 in the morning.
Yeah.
It don't have that ring to it. It is the 94Z Tower Takeover, and we are at The Rock. Mama, I made it to college. What they doing about it now?
Just not the right way.
This is the closeout. I feel like I want to go to the cafeteria, start a food fight, and be like, I'm a zit. Like I want to do all that stuff right now. I want to put on a toga. Who want to tailgate? Let's do something. I want to do all the college stuff right now.
We're kind of doing it right
This
now.
is a little bit different.
It's super.
The day is still young, my friend.
You never know. I could get a degree out here. They might have to take a class. Be like, look how dumb this dude is, and he can be dressed. He's talking. He's upright, trying to be good to people.
He's wide awake.
Yeah, it is now. I got a wake-up call. Man, it's the Tower Takeover. Everybody's in here. Gutterball McGillicuddy helping us out. And Jake James and Tori Lee from The Morning After. We've got Jay from the local show. Of course, Waylon Whiskey's popping off with his top 10.
Yeah.
Enlightenment with Sarah B. And, of course, the one man that I said, man, I was holding it together real well. And then all of a sudden, Pastor Adam walked in, and I was just like, man, that aura right there, that aura.
The light behind him.
But
It's the hair. It really is.
yeah, it's got to be the hair.
You're on brand.
Well, classic Morning After, Tori, I got to tell you, I must have died.
Yeah. I agree, yeah.
It's one of those,
Yeah.
we normally always say, I almost died. Right?
What happened this time?
But I'm convinced that I was dead. I'm dead. Right? Like this time, it's I've always said ever since we got to be on the radio together, I'm pretty sure that it's just like, these are the coma episodes. Like I'm really in bed in a coma somewhere. There's no way all this great stuff happened.
Right.
Right? And I'm just, every time somebody's talking to me, I'm just like, oh, this is when they're visiting me at the hospital. Nope.
He keeps waiting for
Yeah.
Bobby to come out of the shower.
So it's like, I knew I'm dead. Thursday night, we had to go out there to do the comedy in Johnson City with the wonderful Chris Bell. Right? Lance
Right.
Adams was going to be up there. And
I bet you killed it.
well, Thursday about noon, I mean, my life changed a little bit.
Yeah. Just
Right?
a little.
And like, I'm already pretty much ready to just cry in the shower all the time, being the happy-go-lucky comedian that I want to be, right? So then I had my first panic attack. I mean, I felt like Tony Soprano, for real. I was like, where's Dr. Milfy? I need some help right here. I couldn't breathe and wanted to throw up at the same time. It was like being at a party back in college. No, that's my first time in college. But I thought, I was like, man, I'm about to die. I don't know what this feeling feels like. So I thought I was dead right there. And then Tori, we're driving up there, and we were driving into a rainbow for like 2 hours. Right, like the rainbow was right in front of us. You could see the whole thing. It's raining, but it's so bright you have to have sunglasses on while you're driving in the rain. It wasn't because of my future. It was just because the sun was doing its thing. Right?
The rainbow's a good sign, though.
It felt like a good sign. It was the most purple I'd ever seen in a rainbow. We're driving into it for about an hour. And then we do the comedy show, and I go up there, total professional, right? These people didn't come to a comedy show to hear about the fact I lost my job, right? So then we're up there, we crush it. Plus, I made Chris Bell a promise that I'd do well. So we went up there, and we killed that, and we came back down. And then I started scrolling the news feed when I got home. And it was really like, if you had died and you could see all the nice stuff people said about you on your Facebook feed, that's what it was like. This
I know.
Change.org petition showed up. And I mean, I was mind blown. I never thought that my name would be involved in a Change.org petition that didn't involve, like, keep this guy in jail.
Yeah.
Keep this man out of our country. Right? Like, this seems like it was for a good thing, and the nice stuff that people said.
Just the outpouring of everyone is amazing, and it's kind of a morbid way that I've been looking at it too. It's sort of in the same way. It's like we've all seen the movie or the TV show where it's like the guy is dying, and it's like nobody cares, and he dies. Him and the ghost are standing up on the hill looking down on his funeral, and it's lined up. Thousands of people loved him.
Yeah.
And that's. Honestly, that's kind of what it feels like. It's like, you never know how much love and listenership you got until
yeah, man,
the funeral.
More Crazy Shot of a Jake Almighty movie.
It was mind blowing. It was mind blowing. And my problem is they keep sharing it around, and I haven't even signed it because I don't have a credit card. It really looks like a credit card thing. I clicked on it, so I need to know where I can just pay cash and sign it in person.
Yeah.
Right? Because I don't think I know how to do that on on the online.
Well,
I just now learned how to share YouTube videos to Facebook. Like, I don't know how to sign the petition online, so I need some help with that because I want to sign my own petition.
I personally want to thank everyone too that's sharing it or has had a good or bad comment to say about the morning after and about 94 about the station. And just we're trying to do what we can after this, and it's not dead yet. But the outpour has been phenomenal, and I've not had a dry eye day yet. Oh, and it's tried to, but I'm looking at this, and it's just it humbles me to. No experience.
For the first time ever, it was like if we were the kid that was going to run away. You'll miss me when I'm gone. We actually got to see that they miss me when we gone. So it was great. See, they take that, Mama. In one day, I found out people love me, and I got to go to college.
Yeah.
So I'm really kind of killing it right now.
Life is looking up, man.
Yeah, you can vote me off the island, but I'll come back. Strike me down, and I will come back even more powerful than you can ever imagine. It's the morning after. Who dis?
The intergalactic Cadillac rides again.
Hey Terry, how's it going? We are buckled up today because we gonna drive it like we stole it today.
Well, since a lot of people don't, you guys are really just know who I am. Me and you, Jake, we had some of the same friends growing up and stuff like that. And I don't, that besides the point, dude. We didn't really hang around each other. I was going through a lot. My life was in turmoil whenever I started listening to you guys. I was driving a long way. Dude, don't ever think that nobody ever doesn't hear you, because people don't talk like you guys do. Trust me, there's no other show like that in Knoxville. You already know.
Yeah.
Like when just having you guys to listen to for 2 hours. Like I was driving 2 hours one way one time, and it's like, dude, that's what I look forward to. The past couple of days haven't been the same. I'm not alone.
You telling me?
Everything. It's so, dude, that little boy that did that little chalk thing on the back deck.
Man.
House, that was so sick, dude.
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy.
That's incredible.
One of the great comments that I saw on the changepetition.org was that the guy says, I never have to worry about it when I ride with my children about the content, and a lot of times your conversations would spark conversations with me and my kids. And knowing that growing up myself, some of the hardest things you ever get to do is try to bond and talk with your parents and find out, for me, for being a guy, like you want to be a man. I want to be a man. I want to be an Armin style man, right?
Yeah.
And
right.
And the fact that like talking to your parents and finding out who you are through them is very hard to do. And I feel like just getting to be a little piece of a conversation between parents and child, like opening that dialogue it blows my mind.
If somebody just turns it on, I turn it on just to listen to you guys. I listen to it during the day and stuff like that, but I would listen to the app on my phone and everything until 10 o'clock, and it's like, okay, look, let's turn YouTube on. But
man,
seriously, man, I know, and you guys are definitely for sure missed, man. And I spent the whole day talking about with your kids and stuff. My daughter's 15, fixing to turn 16. There was only 2 presets on the radio. She absolutely despised 94.3 absolutely despised the style of music that I listen to.
My mom feels that way.
She
now.
already knew it was either 107 or 94.3. Hell, she started turning it over just to listen to you guys if it was like spring break or anything like that. She liked listening to you guys too, just to listen to you guys. She didn't give a crap about no other music.
Well, Terry, we definitely appreciate the call and all the love you've ever shared for us, and thank you. Hey, look, this one's for you, buddy.
Yep.
Right here, man. Thank you.
Man.
And I tell you, it's just an amazing feeling to see that people want to talk about with the
right on.
People mad at me one time, and Tori, and they want me to take a picture with their kids, like I was Santa Claus. Right? Like, I mean, I don't have kids, so it's kind of weird. Like, there's going to be one day they're going to look through a picture and be like, man, who was this dude right here? This weirdo with long hair. Like,
yeah.
Drunk.
Did you say we get to request a song?
Man, we can, we'll let you get on the strike or take your request off the air, and then we'll come back also and have people calling in because the Nerd Out bracket is getting finished today.
Yes.
We don't leave anything unfinished. We're going to take it all the way down to the final. I mean, man, you can kind of replace us with an answer machine, but you can't make us go away without that Nerd Out bracket. So I don't really know how this works here. Do we just keep talking forever and you play me out like the Oscars?
You know what? I could, but
just say thanks for the call.
I did say, thank you for the call, Terry. I appreciate that.
Hang on the line,
All right,
Terry, and
bro.
I'll take your request. All right, stick around.
All right, man.
And then
we'll take a little break and thank our underwriters here at WUTK and say thanks for letting us take over the transmitter for the day.
That's very cool.
And, it was very cool. So,
and Knoxville, you guys did that, man. You made me feel real special and proud, and I'm honored, I'm humbled, and I can't cry enough. I'm dehydrated. So
same here.
I love each and every one of you, man. Open up your heart always and let that hit you out and never pass on an adventure. It's the morning after at 94Z's Tower Takeover at 90.3 The Rock.
The 94Z Tower Takeover on 90.3.
3:34 on Sunday. 3:34 on Sunday.
Hey.
3:34 on Sunday.
Oh,
my
yeah.
goodness. It is the 94Z Tower Takeover at UTK The Rock, 90.3 on your FM dial. And we are getting to hang out here. I'm Jake James, and of course, to my left, as always, the greatest producer in all of radio history, Tori the Nature Boy Lee.
Thank you.
We're coming out here also with Gutterball McGillicuddy and his
Good afternoon.
in his new home. Good afternoon to you too, sir, and to everybody out there. But the special thing is that a man that I've been wanting to have on our show ever since Bonnaroo is the man that runs the local show. We like to call it The Night Before also. It is Jay. Thank you so much, the Sherpa God from Bonnaroo, buddy. I'm honored to finally get to share the mic with you again.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, we haven't really shared the mic since Bonnaroo, have we?
Oh, no, but with all of those memories, you know what I mean? It's like the gift that keeps on giving.
Oh, man, that was... Well, every time we're out, you find somebody new to tell that story to. So.
Hanging out with Jay for me is like the proud granddad. Like,
Well,
I'm gonna take him to everybody and show him off and introduce him.
Well, they ought to give you an ambassadorship, because I swear you're probably one of the best ambassadors for Bonnaroo they've ever had.
Well, I've gotten lucky. We've gotten to talk to some people that actually think that also, and so hopefully we get to maybe go back out there and do it again.
Yep.
Regardless of what's happening, because they love us so much, and because. I mean, you showed the way. You opened my eyes up. I want to just hand off other friends that need that Bonnaroo to you and be like, just go with Jay. He's your Sherpa God.
I'm just glad that I could give you that kind of experience, man, because you were a little timid the first day you walked in and saw the scope of it. You're like, I don't even know.
Yeah, I was terrified.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I thought I knew. I didn't know.
We actually have audio of that.
Man, and I can't wait. I hope that we get to hear that. It was also, I haven't got to hear it since Rue.
Oh
Wow.
no, yeah, I haven't listened to the recap, but I remember vividly coming in after a very, very long night, and you, studious and dutiful as always, came in with a full list of notes, but you didn't even need them.
Right.
You were flying off the cuff. I mean, it was so fresh in your mind.
Well, that's why I wanted to
ready
get back
go.
there and remember to write down all the stuff. Like when we saw the angel, the going from Centeroo out into GA. Like normally
Right.
when you go to Bonnaroo, you live in GA.
Yeah.
So you get to see it like from, the suffering right before the sensation. We did it the other way. It was like we were cast out of heaven and this is what hell looks like. Oh, okay. I was terrified. That's why you got to call Pastor Matt every time you think about general admission. You're like, I need to pray. Pastor Adam, too. I call them both.
Both of them.
I call them both. Look, when you're me, you just keep pastors on a rodeo dial, right? Man, it's like, man, I can't call him. It's the wrong time zone right there. So I keep in touch with all of them, man.
Always time to repent, man.
Yeah, there is always time to repent, especially after you've seen what happens out there in the GA. It was terrifying. It's terrifying. I mean, Centeroo, grass. General admission, gravel. You see what I'm saying? Like
Gravel and dirt.
gravel, dirt, and it's just like, ooh, everybody's got their bandana up,
Yeah.
and it's covering their face, and it's just like, well, they all look like intergalactic LED train robbers.
Well, you go from people floating on angel wings to out in GA, they're driving around on rickshaws.
Yeah. And as the Sherpa guide, you know to get out of the way of those.
Yes.
It was crazy.
They're not going to stop.
Well, they can't see you. It's pitch black out there.
And their bike is flashing. Like even the bike had great LED. I mean,
It has great music coming from it. It goes by us like, well, that's a mobile party right there.
Couldn't see you. I was blinded.
sponsored
by,
by
my bike.
Uber. Stand back.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, I thought it was amazing, and just getting to be out there and having you be my festy bestie is one of my truest and happiest memories of Rue.
Mine as well, man. That was just unforgettable. I'm a strong advocate for anybody going out there getting that kind of experience, and you were the perfect person to come fresh fresh into something like that and just take it all in.
You were Jake's medicine man.
Well, he gave the best recount of it as well.
Yes. I found that audio. I've got it pulled up whenever you guys are.
All right.
ready
You
to-
have the
I have the audio.
morning after.
I have it here, and we obviously Jake was a little overwhelmed.
Yes.
I think that's the point.
Right.
But no one can convey that to you better than the man himself. So here's that audio clip from the second day. It was the Friday of Bonnaroo.
Right.
Jake had been there for 24 hours.
Well, like a 36-hour
Well, yeah.
deal since Wednesday, but it was
And not slept, I think.
yeah.
No
No
sleep.
sleep.
Well, it's Bonnaroo. There's no sleep till Roo. I mean, they made a song about it. Well, it is amazing. Thank you for the Tower Takeover. I want to hear the recap from Bonnaroo from 94Z's The Morning After on the Tower Takeover at 90.3.
You're listening to The Morning After on 94Z.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, since I have no headphones, it is now day 2 of Bonnaroo. And, of course, Bonnaroo Day 1 is in the memory books, but we are all still covered in the dust and like a film line of just awesomeness that has gone over us all. The space age battle rages on outside at the Kaleidoscope stage, or Calliope. But it's like what was it when you look through something?
That's a kaleidoscope.
Right. That's what they're doing out there. They got fire. It looks like fire bagpipes. It literally, day 2 starts right now, but they don't know that. No. It's still going. Bonnaroo continues to rage on, and this is absolutely amazing. When I got here yesterday, I didn't think. I thought I knew, but you don't know until you wander around out there at Centeroo and you see all the stages and all the lights. And of course, it seems like the Magic Kingdom for like adults. It's absolutely amazing. Jay, I got to come in on your show after I saw one song by the band Friendship, right? I come in here on your show. I'm like, oh, this is great. We got to go outside. You're like, hold on. We got to do the show. So I did your show with you a little bit, and then we wound up wandering around out there. And I wasn't ready. And then we saw Swafford, right? Absolutely amazing. All these shows, the lights, you know how I am with the lights. We go to the Mill and Mine, I think the lights are great.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine when the whole farm is on LEDs. Like, It looks like it can make autumn out there. It's absolutely amazing. We were saying Bonnaroo got that. Yeah. You want to see unicorns? They got that.
Yeah.
You want to see people that dress as fairies? They got that too.
Yep.
You like people sitting on marshmallows while they're hanging out watching shows? We got that. Bonnaroo has it all, and I didn't know. I thought I knew, but I didn't know. It's the gift shop of the world, and I'm actually honored to be out here. So, Strike, thank you so much, and to everybody that came, especially everybody from L7 Vapors, Lloyd's Electric, and Buddy Greg RV that made this all possible for us to get to come out here and tell you guys, come on out. There's still the weekend passes available. You haven't missed anything. Turns out there's a whole stage they haven't even opened yet. Did you guys even know this?
Yeah.
I'm wandering out there.
We do it.
Jay says, hey, this ain't even got the big stage. I'm like, no, they're on that big stage right now. No, ain't even opened it yet. Bonnaroo, we're on day 2, still ain't even wide open yet. Nope. It's not even like a Waffle House stay open all the time. Bonnaroo, once a year, and you got to get that feel. I didn't know. I thought I knew. Now I know.
It has not stopped yet.
It hasn't stopped.
I've heard the bass pounding all night long.
And there's fire coming out of that stage right now. We would normally be talking about how, like, oh, it's a nice day in Knoxville, we're waking up. There's fire coming out of a stage right now. Like, it's 5 in the morning.
It's
this
5:20
is
here. Yeah,
it's 5:20. It's a space age battle raging on out there. Intergalactic warfare is happening right now. I think it's what I call it last night, a neon cosplay of like-minded individuals. It's absolutely amazing to see what's going on. And that's just in here, what we call, you said Centeroo.
Centeroo.
Yes. No sleep till Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Bonnaroo took it back over. Bonnaroo said, no. When you come here, you got 4 days of being wide awake and then 360-something to wish you were back on the farm. I'm honored to be here. Yes, call in sick to work right now. Print off the note from Burns, Hurts, and Pains.
Yep.
Dr. McGillicuddy. He's got the note already. It's on our 94Z Rocks Facebook page. Call your boss right now. You know what? And I don't even care if you love your job. Quit it right now. Quit your job. Come out here to Bonnaroo. We'll find something for you to do. There's people picking up trash right now. There's a stage on fire, you guys. You're acting like there's not a stage on fire right outside at 5 o'clock in the morning. This is the morning after on 94Z.
The 94Z Tower Takeover on 90.3.
6 minutes to 4 on a Sunday. 6 minutes to 4 on a Sunday. 6 minutes 4 on a Sunday. Man, it's just I don't feel like it's hidden. I just still gotta say 6:15 in the mountain just to make myself feel better. Pompeii, right? Just gotta get it out real quick. Pompeii.
And who really knows the time anyway? So really,
I mean,
whatever time you want.
If you're watching what time it is on a Sunday, you're not having a good time because eventually that 60 minutes clock's gonna tick away your weekend, and you just gotta go on to bed.
See?
And you know what, though? We're really, really, really lucky because the one day a week that's super busy for Pastor Adam is Sunday, and he still made it in here.
Still made it in here. We're very lucky. We're having the Tower Takeover. It's the group from 94Z, the morning after, of course, the night before with Jay and the local show. But we had to bring in some extra special guests to help us out with our last email.
That's right.
Right? So we've got the Imes of our eye. It's Sarah B. from Imes and, of course, from our heart. And then the number 2, Pastor, but number 1 in your playbook, ladies and gentlemen, and number 1 in your heart, Pastor Adam from the Point Knox. Thank you for coming in and joining us.
Hey, my pleasure. Good afternoon.
Oh, what? Hold up.
Oh, you got to use one of the big mics.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
There you go.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
I'm glad to be here.
Look, he said, I'm not going to be on mic because you tried to say my name wrong earlier. I thought we were cool, homie, and you still calling me through Facebook Messenger. You're not even calling me as a friend. Well, we've got us a great email for our last one. And Tori, I think you're going to like this one, too, because Gutterball found this one.
Yeah, well, it actually hit our inbox a long time ago, but it was one of those that maybe might have been a little too colorful of a topic to talk about at the old station. But,
I love colorful.
But now we're this is college radio. So I think we can
I'm in college, Mom.
Hey, look, Bird, he made it.
I made it.
All right, so the email reads, Dear Jake and Tori, this week we caught my stepson smoking weed.
Ooh.
He thought he was being clever, smoking in his room and blowing it out the window. But little did he know that his father and I were having a joint on the back porch, and we smelled his weed over ours. The worst part is trying to punish him without being hypocritical or simultaneously wanting to take his weed. So the question is, do I play the parent card and confiscate his weed and keep it for myself, or do I use this as a teaching moment? Thanks, Amanda.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, we definitely could have done that one on the morning after. Yeah. All right. Well, my first thing is I feel like they got to punch the kid straight away because if the air conditioner's running and you got the window open, you know what I mean? Like that. I mean, that's my first problem right there. I mean, I'm not worried about how loud your weed is, kid, but your mom and I pay for the KUB around here. Right? And you don't just have windows open willy-nilly while the air conditioning. I mean,
that ain't cheap.
No, it's not. So
that's why the parents were smoking on the porch.
Yeah.
Smarts first.
They've got it figured out.
And I feel like they're missing out on a real bonding opportunity right there. But
did it by any chance say how old the child was?
15. It didn't say 15.
It didn't give an age, no.
I'm going to make him 15.
All right.
So because they still called him the stepson. So like at 18, that's when you really like your stepkids. Yeah. Right? That's when you fall in love with them. That's when my stepdad liked me.
So my question is, which one of them had the better weed?
If they smell the kids.
Well, I think that's what they're wanting to try to find out. I think they suspect it. You know, the way it sounds in the note, like they're pretty interested in trying their sons.
Since they could smell it over theirs.
Smell it over theirs.
I mean, hey, come on, man. Kids are in high school. That's where all the best drugs are. So
you wait and you go through their room later.
Wait a second, you just got to college, so.
I just got to college, so I don't know. It's my first day. It's my first day. I've been voted off of one island already this week. I don't need another one.
Seriously, if you're a parent on this, you know, and he knows you're smoking, and you know they're smoking, you know, it's if he's underage, you can parent the any way you want, but you have to say, look, until you turn 18, until you turn of age, you need to be cool about it, but once you turn 18, you know, you're your own free person and do what you need to do. Just be careful. I don't know. 18 is the legal thing for me.
Yeah, you're hypocritical about that.
And for
18.
the federal government, apparently.
But I mean, yeah, if you just sit there and say, you can't do this, and you know, you're in there still in a stash, you're a bit of a hypocrite.
Only if you steal the stash, though.
Well, if you're smoking it, too.
All right.
I think I'm going to have to go with this one. So if he's doing something illegal and you're doing something illegal, hey, maybe you should push for the law to change. Or, since that's a lot of work, you should say, hey, if you're going to break the law, how do you do it that you can be responsible? Are there responsible ways to break the law or not? Like, if you're going 5 over the speed limit, okay, we're on air, so I'll say don't do that. But off air, we all do that.
I'm sorry,
it's like 12
I'm
miles
sorry, Your
over the speed
Honor,
limit,
but my
15.
pastor said I could speed.
Heard it right here, folks.
But he
Breaking
meant a
the
car,
laws,
Jake,
breaking
not
the law,
meth.
so,
Not
you know,
meth.
Yeah, if you're going to do it, there's lots of ways people break the law regularly, and nobody notices because it's something private they do on their own. And that's what the parents need to be teaching. Like, hey, here's why we think the law is ridiculous, what we're doing to try to change it, and what we're doing to avoid getting in trouble while we push to change it.
Educate him as well. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, I gotta know for Sarah, but she's been awful quiet, so I'm worried that maybe Iams won't like this topic either.
Oh, we're Iams. We're nature. We're hippie all over the place.
Yeah, I'm
Nice.
pretty sure a lot of people. Pretty sure a lot of people use those trails for a couple of different reasons.
For all reasons, really.
All reasons. Yeah, and that just means
And other
peanut butter and
ones
jelly
we cannot talk
sandwiches.
about
Yeah.
in here, just
Nature
saying.
and exercise. All the reasons.
Just if you pack it in, pack it out, you know.
Well, I'm going.
Absolutely. Be respectful.
Leave no trace, folks.
Yeah.
Leave
I don't
no
have a bell
trace.
in here.
Yeah.
Just taught that last week. Come
I
on.
like how Pastor Adam immediately went to, you need to push for the laws to change. Like, that was like the most mom answer I always get from the bird. Well, why don't you write your congressman? All I said was I just didn't want to go to bed right now.
I'm still wondering the state of shock our listeners being college radio are having a pastor on the air here.
Well, my thing is, look, if we were in the state of Colorado or
It wouldn't be an
California
issue,
or
yeah.
Washington, we wouldn't be talking about this. We'd say, hey, look, son, don't smoke inside, smoke outside.
Wait till you're legal.
All right, let's say it's drink. All right, let's say they walk by and the kid's in there with Mad Dog 2020 and he's drunk, he's vomiting up on the carpet.
First
right?
thing, find something else better to drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I said he was 15, bro. I mean, come on. Flavored St. Ides and Mad Dog 2020 is what I had at 15. I don't know. I just got to college. I don't know what we drink
so
here.
much right there.
But if you
Goes on the Boone's Farm
but if you
train
found
here.
him drinking underage, isn't that even more? Because it's still that's way illegal.
Yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, you
Yeah,
wait till you're of
same.
age.
But like they're already drinking in your house, and you gotta. What do you do with that?
Stop it until they're of age.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like they're still going to do it.
Yeah.
You know,
Word.
they're just not
They're
doing
going
it
to
in
do
your
it.
house where they're safe, and then they're going out with friends. They're going out, and then they're going to get caught, or they're
speaking
going to
as a parent.
drive. You know,
So I lived in Germany for a year, and in Germany, the legal drinking age is 16 for anything under 12% alcohol, or 18 for anything above. But the practical drinking age is if you're tall enough to order your own, you're tall enough to drink.
Well, they have Kinder beer in Germany.
It's great.
It's training beer for kids, and normally, you're lucky that that's Pastor Adams. My year in Germany story starts out a lot different. You know what I'm saying?
It probably ends a lot different, too.
Oh yeah, with a lot more spankings, but there was atonement to be made, though, is what I'm saying.
You got to stay out of those German
what they're
specialty
calling it
shops,
these days.
Jake.
Pretty sure
Oh.
I saw that film.
They only have one specialty, and that's scaring me. Man, all right, so we're under this. We're all in agreement. You got to talk to your kid anyway. Communication, that's what we
I
always
think
say.
communication is the
Yeah.
key.
That's
But-
be open about it. You know?
And if their weed's better, take that. You know what I mean?
also
That's a mom tax right there. You got to mom tax them.
Hey, with my son, anytime he's got a snack I want, I dad tax it.
Yeah.
And he tried to dad tax his sister, and I was like, no, son, that's not how this works. And I took it out of his hand, and I ate it.
Oh.
And you got to teach him young the reality of taxation.
That's
Yep.
right.
And if they don't like it, you can write your congressman.
That's right.
Marca. Man, let's go in that black keys, that brand new one, that low, high. Everybody loves them black keys and even the white keys. In fact, the entire piano's
whole
awesome.
piano's great.
It's great. All 88 keys. I don't know why they look at them any different. High, low, right here on The Rock. Mama, we in college on 90.3.
The 94C Tower Takeover on 90.3.
I'm not even going to try to sing it anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it hurts now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you guys like it. I kind of like it, but
Oh.
Kid, you dig it?
nah.
Yes, you dig it.
I'm having those like 8:15 and them on flashbacks. You gotta give me flashbacks,
You're going to be waking up in the night saying that like for the next 2 weeks.
buddy. I rolled over the other day and looked at the clock, and it was almost 5 in the morning, and I was like, "Oh man, Tori's gonna kill me. I gotta go." And even when the game was on Friday, I was like, "What day is it?" Why are we off 2 days in a row? What happened? It's scary.
I've been pretty lost too.
Yeah, I think we all have, Tori. But I'm a lighthouse for you, baby. I stay lit. I stay lit for you in Knoxville.
Is that who it's for?
It is. It's for Tori and everybody else right there. I'm on there. I'm like Aquaman's dad. I'm running the lighthouse.
You're the beacon.
I am. It's a cold beacon of freedom. But man, it has been great. We are getting to do this Tower Takeover. Thank you to everybody that is involved with UTK FM at 90.3 The Rock. Mama, look at me. I'm in college. I love it. It's great. And we've gotten to hang out and talk with Pastor Adam. We've got Sarah B hanging out with us. She brought cupcakes and everybody excited for the Nerd Out bracket, and people that thought that might not be happening again. No, we brought it.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get through all the way to our Elite Eight, and we're going to bang it out all the way to a championship today. We're going to find out who wins.
And we got Colonel Bacchus's unaired show.
Ooh.
So the Colonel, he couldn't be here. He had
Colonel.
He's got a job. So at least
He's real people.
Yeah,
but,
he's got a job where people want to talk to him and like him. Look at me.
But
talk
he
to
did.
me.
He sent a clip. So we'll do the the Colonel Bacchus radio show, which actually started right here on 90.3 The Rock.
Man, see, look at that. I went backwards. I should have done the curl back, man. You start here, and then you get to come back to college.
Well, this is where I met Jay too.
Man, and how great is it always just to hang out with Jay?
Oh yeah.
I felt like we were 1 week away from being like a tenth of Jay Cool because we almost had Juggernaut Stomp on the morning after.
Yeah.
Like they were going to come on there for their album release and release a song, and I was like, man, that was one of the first bands that I knew Jay had talked to. Treats for Dogs, and I mean, the lamp broke that one night there. They had a wrestling promo get filmed. Like literally, my lamp at the end of the night was like, "I'll see you 4 weeks at WrestleMania." Like that's how my lamp was acting. It's been unbelievable, and what a journey. Like every story and hearing everybody else on their show. Like I never listened to so much radio from listening to Shu and the Oz and the drive time and just the way he's. They're both so focused, and Shu being our quarterback, it was an awesome team to get to be a part of. But on Mondays, we had that off the bench Rudy player.
Yes,
great friend of mine.
We had to call him in out of the bullpen.
Rudy.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, with the biggest heart, he opened it up and let his hippie out every Monday morning. He would come in that he possibly could, where he didn't have to play dad or actually go work and make money. Good friend of mine from even before we did comedy, Waylon Whiskey, joins us, and he always brings his top 10. And I just feel like we should do Rain In on Monday,
Let's do it.
So it's a County Crows Raining on Monday, Sunday Fun Day on The Rock, and with Waylon Whiskey's top 10. Waylon, what do you got for us?
Well, since you are the beacon, and at least for the time being, that beacon is out. But what else are you going to listen to? What else are you going to listen to? So this is the final top 10. What to listen to in the mornings while 94.3 the morning after ain't playing. Number 10, Mamaw.
Mamaw.
Call your Mamaw. She can tell you about her sugars and give you a rundown of all the people that died this week that you never ever met but knew you when you were this tall.
Yep.
While taking a long draw of her full-flavored Camel.
Mamaw only got a hard line so that people can call her and tell her who died.
Mamaw knows gravy, and gravy is important, so you need to call your Mamaw. Talk to her in the car.
Number 10, call
Number
Mamaw.
10, 9, asparagus. Listen to it. Listen to vegetables.
Listen to them.
Why not? Why not listen to what else you gonna listen to? Consider the alternative. What, you gonna listen to Bubba, Mark, and Billy Kim? No, not even comedians hate themselves that much. Also, if you eat the mushrooms first, the asparagus is hilarious. Number 8, Hardee's. Go to Hardee's. If you didn't know, Hardee's is the second largest assisted living center in the South. So every morning from 6 to 10, just roll on down to Hardee's and listen to Harold and Glenn talk about how these kids these days don't know how hard it was. I remember when you had to put a cassette tape in to play music, and you had to have 2 of them and make a playlist.
I wonder how come those guys are so rich they can eat Hardee's every day while their truck is still out running. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's inflation.
Nice.
And like they're up. Number 7, podcast. Yep, actually, that's not a bad idea. We'll cover more about that later.
I like where you're going here.
Number 6, call in sports radio. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. You can tune in and find out just what Rocky Top Tim and Buck Snort Billy have to say about not beating children in free agency and how that's ruining football. Or you could just hit yourself in the ham dangles with a ball peen hammer. It's about the same thing. Number 5, Spotify. Okay, that's actually a valid option. Moving on. 4, you can listen to that weird clicking noise in your itching. Because nothing starts the day off better than a panic attack about that repair bill. Number 3, parents. Yeah, kids, you can listen to your parents. You can listen to mom and dad tell you about the good old days back when Pearl Jam, Radiohead, and Green Day were new and alternative. And you can tell them that they are as old to you now as Elvis was to you then. Ooh. That's mathematically correct. And you'll laugh and they'll cry on the inside. Parents, you can listen to your kids. Parents, you can listen to your kids explain to you about dubstep. And you'll say, yeah, techno. And they'll say, no, Dad, it's not techno, it's dubstep. See, there's a difference. Techno is bong, 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 bong. And dubstep is See the difference?
I do see the finally a breakdown I can understand.
And you'll laugh, and then you'll cry on the inside. And what to listen to. You know what? We've listened, we've heard, and I see before me a band of brothers, sisters, warriors, aligned in defiance of bloated tyranny that wears weird shirts with frilly cuffs. Who does that? And we've heard the call of the hundreds, of the thousands, of maybe just our moms, but we've heard their call, and we've been given the chance to tell those that would silence us that they may take our jobs with no warning, but they can never take our voice. Jake, James, and Tory Lee will not, shall not, cannot be silenced. So I say this. What is the number one? What is the number one thing to listen to now that the 94Z is off the air? The morning after on the air again, just somewhere else.
Yeah. Waylon Whiskey. Man.
Love it.
You can vote us off the island, but we're not going anywhere. Thank you so much, Waylon. We love it so much. I appreciate that, man. Great top 10.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing.
I'm choked up by it.
I'm ready to run through a wall.
That's right.
We will go again, and I appreciate it. We'll be running through that wall, and you guys are all carrying us, and so we absolutely love it. Let's go ahead and we'll come out here. Do I get to say check on traffic and weather?
No, we're not doing the traffic and weather thing.
Well,
we can't.
Buckle up before you back up.
We're in a
The 93 weather or traffic update is it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and I don't know what I'm doing.
Yep, and we don't have any plans for doing it, and that really scares me.
Well, we'll just do what we normally do around this time. We'll pay the bills.
Let's pay the bills for the rock. Everybody, we're listening on WUTK FM Volunteer Radio.
The 94Z Tower Takeover on 90.3.
1623 Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
1623 Sunday.
This is getting confusing.
1623 Sunday.
Good enough.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I feel like the military time helps it a little bit better. I'm not sure. That's why we've been working in the mornings. Usually everybody's asleep. Everything sounds fun.
Well, I think that we picked a pretty good time slot because 3 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon for a lot of people is very similar to 6 o'clock on a weekday.
Oh, right.
And it was the only time slot left available.
Boom. That's what happens. Because they actually teach and learn people up here. We're getting a broadcast from WUTK Volunteer Radio, an absolutely amazing college station that looks like a real radio station.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I feel like this is where they filmed WKRP.
It may have been.
And we're honored to get to be here, do the Tower Takeover. It's the morning after, and of course the local show, and the night before with Jay. We just heard Waylon drop his top 10. Mm-hmm. Right, we've gotten to do an email with Sarah B. and Pastor Adam.
Yep.
But over this past year, since 2019 has started, I've been lucky enough to get to work with Tory in the aspect that he has stepped it up.
Yeah.
Without knowing that he did it, he put the team on the back. And
right on.
When you see that from somebody else, when you see your other teammates going hard, you want to play just as hard for them. And a lot of that started because we lost a very powerful voice to Tory and I, and pretty much everyone. Armin, our good friend and the namesake for our Monday Man Crush
yeah.
Man of the Year award, He was named for it because he was the first one to ever get. The man built his own deck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he can do some man stuff right here. And always, he was one of the people that always used every one of the concerts to get to bring his family out, to where it was always a family affair. We're all getting to go to the Ice Bears. We're all going to Open Court. We're all going to Mill and Mine. And never passing on an adventure. He was just such a top-notch guy. And we barely ever got any kind of live feedback that was ever positive at the station that we worked at from any kind of a higher up. And so when Armin would come in and say, guys, you were killing it, man, I was laughing, I was dropping the kids off, he would brighten up the room with that same aura that, like, Pastor Adam does, Chris Bell, those people that put off that just kindness. We're like, man, come here and be nice near me. You know what I mean?
Right.
And when we lost him and was unable to talk about it and deal with it, to where, because we put our heart on out there every day.
Every day.
This is just me. I'm always trying to always be me.
What you hear is what you get with us.
And when we couldn't talk about something that was hurting us so bad, it handcuffed me, and it did not even. Tori kept it on the inside, and he carried me. You know, when we look back, those one set of footprints is because I'm on Tori's back. You know what I mean? And
Right.
so you have stepped it up since the start of the year, and I know that it was Harmon was a big part of that. And not getting to talk about it on the air was hurtful. And, and I wanted to, first of all, I love you, Tori. And so I mean, and then I'll turn it over, because I mean, missing Armin and missing his positivity, you brought it. When we lost Armin's positivity, Tori, you picked up the slack with that, and I'm honored.
Well, I like to think that, everybody in the station pretty much took the station, picked it up, and put it on their shoulders. I mean, we didn't have a direction there for a little while, and and whenever you do lose a member of your family, the way we did, it's just something in radio, in sport, especially in a morning show where you're trying to be happy and fun and wacky. It's just something that really you just don't discuss, because of the radio and because of family for him, and you just don't put it out there. So, I mean, that's the reason we didn't talk about it on the air. I mean, we kind of mentioned it here and there to make ourselves feel better, and we knew what we were talking about, and kind of left it in the gray. And thank you for what you said, Jake. That's touching, and I don't know what to say, man, but everybody in the station, I think everybody picked it up and put it on their shoulders. Right.
But Armin was definitely a guiding light. He was the lighthouse, and that's one of the main reasons, like Pastor Adam is joining with us, and when you came in and we got to tell you, it really got to help us, and so I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm glad I could be there for you guys. That was real tough to hear you guys off air just talking about the pain, and I think far too often in our culture we don't create safe space to talk about pain and to acknowledge hurt and say, look, sometimes this sucks and you're not alone. So thanks for inviting me into that and letting me walk with you through that. I love you guys, and I'm glad I could go through it with you.
When someone is dealing with this, like, in this last week, we've lost a lot of people. Spencer from Central, from my day, and then, of course, a friend of ours from PAL. She's gone also. Emily, she passed away on Friday. And so if people are out there dealing with it right now, Pastor Adam, what's the main thing that you can help with somebody that is dealing with a loss that great?
Look, I can't take away the pain, but I think anybody who's going through that kind of loss needs to talk with somebody. Simply sharing the things that you miss, sharing the things that you loved, even sharing the things that really made you mad about that person, and now you don't ever get to find healing and have that get better, and it's just kind of left out there. Simply talking to somebody is absolutely crucial, because there's no good advice they can give you. There's no practical steps, but the act of sharing it out loud helps you just be free and find all the strength to take that next step and move forward in what's next.
The next step is always the hardest step, and the first step to any race is the first one, right? And everybody that's out there doing it, you're lapping everybody on the couch. And so if you ever do need to talk to somebody, I used to be available in the morning all the time, but everybody chased me off of Twitter. I'm always here for you, and I know that Pastor Adam at the Point, there's some people down there that would love to get to talk with you. And I mean, I'll give you Tori's home number too. Let me. No, but thank you to everybody that helped us deal with it, and everybody that's still left from. This is a massive wave of sadness that occurred, and holding it back to where we didn't talk about it was almost just as hard. But having Tori there to help me through it, and of course Gutterball, you have been just a rock, and so we're on the rock. And I thought we would get to dedicate one last man Crush Monday Man of the Year song. If Tori and I had our solemn bell, we would give it to you, Armin. But what we got for him?
Well, one of the concerts that he was most excited to see coming to town, and he really, really wanted, he didn't ask for much. He wasn't a man that asked for much.
That's what makes him a man.
Exactly.
A grown-up.
But when this concert was announced, he said, hey, man, I really want to take my wife to this show. Is there any way that we can get some comp tickets to this show? And I know it really would have meant a lot to him, and I know that he was a huge fan of the Pixies. So here's the Pixies going out to Armin on 90.3 The Rock.
The 94Z Tower Takeover on 90.3.
Court Jar Sunday, Court Jar Sunday, Court Jar Sunday, Court Jar Sunday.
Hooray!
The greatest band in all of history will be taking the stage tonight at Scruffy City Hall as part of the Funny Ears Fringe Festival. It is Court Jar, the one and only, with Tori the Nature Boy Lee on the drums, and of course the Highlander Malcolm himself, and everybody's favorite Randall Brown, the man that really keeps UT running. You know, if it wasn't for Randall, I don't think that the whole area of UT would even still have music available for everybody.
Yeah, I agree. No, we're playing tonight, Scruffy City Hall from 8:30 till 9:30. If you can get on down there, we'll have fun.
Man, I can't wait to see it. You know, we ask you, and I also really loved it as we were leaving on Thursday that I got to say it was awesome that my last interview was interviewing you, Tori.
That was not planned.
It was not planned.
It ended up that way.
But it was absolutely awesome, and I've asked every drummer if it would change the way they played if they were playing on somebody else's kit. And only one person has come right out and been like, nah, I'm going to beat it up.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see you get to go all out tonight, and it's going to be amazing. But we've had a big thing that's happened. We used to do it on Fridays. Tori found him via the Twitter, and it was Coach Boo. And we were hoping to get to talk to Coach Boo today. And so we'll find out what happens here if he calls us up. But, Tori, that was an amazing experience that you had Coach Boo, that you found a guy from Twitter, came in, action hippied it, and we got to wind up meeting him in person. And he got a jersey, and we got shirts. The West Central Louisiana State Fighting Nutra.
Yes. Nutra.
Go Nutra.
Go Nutra.
Man.
Go Nutra.
This is a big part of our football season, and it was amazing. I'm going to miss Coach Boo.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a hold of him, see if he'll call in.
Well, he's busy. He's got, 9 ex-wives?
They got spring practice.
Spring practice, 9 ex-wives. They have to go up against the soccer team sometimes.
Yeah. So that was a real joy having him on Sundays and getting to follow their season. And we got to follow 2 seasons. And, maybe we'll get to follow a third. Who knows?
You never know. You never know. It's been absolutely crazy. Tori, while we're waiting on him, what has been some of the memories that you're going to take from our years together? Like, what was some of the favorite shows? Bonnaroo's off the table. You can't talk about that one.
Well, Bonnaroo, yeah.
Cheese back on the table. That was taken off the table.
I do like cheese.
Tori loves cheese.
He does love cheese.
Now, the U2 gig, I really enjoyed that. As much of a fiasco as that thing turned into, I guess, by the end of the night. I mean,
once again, another reason why Armin was our man of the year, because he fixed the bus with duct tape and hope.
Hashtag MacGyver.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he did.
Real man.
But even having you bug me all the way home and everything, that was it. Looking back on it, I know you did it out of love.
I'm so glad we can't really see each other now. I feel like my eyes rolled so hard my head hurts.
Yeah, I don't know if we'd been good friends if I'd gotten sick in your cooler.
Yeah. Well,
Which is where I was going to get sick if I was going to get sick.
Well, all the beers are still in the can, so it'd be all right.
Oh, my goodness.
I tell you, that YouTube show was crazy. We got buzzed by a UPS 747.
Yeah.
And it was so close into the stadium. Like the wing had dipped down into the stadium. Right, and
seemed like it. Yeah, you can almost see the pilot's
The pilot
eyes.
was taking a selfie.
Yeah,
he's taking a selfie with Bono in the background. That was an amazing trip, and I think that it happened also because it was another outdoor show like that.
Yeah, it was the whole trip.
What about one of the favorite venues?
Venues. Well, Bonnaroo, of course. That goes without being said.
What part of Off the Table?
I know. Mill and Mine was a lot of fun, of course.
The Mill and Mine, I think, is great because the lights change with every act. Right.
Right.
I love seeing a show at Open Chord because of how it's so intimate, right?
Right.
But you don't seem like you get your own light set up unless you're like trapdoor social that brings in your own thing. Like,
Right.
like it's gonna be a classic bar show, like what you would imagine if you got to go to like Whiskey A Go-Go every night. That's what I think of like open chord, and like it's intimate, you know. But when you see something at the Mill and Mine, when they change the lights up on you all the time, it's mind blowing.
Yeah.
So we've been very lucky with that.
I'm just coming into work with you every morning. I think that was the most fun part.
Man,
Oh, shucks.
look, there is
That's
so
sweet.
much lie.
Well, you don't know what
right
you
there.
don't know what you
So
got
much
till it's
love.
gone, man.
I don't know what sound it makes, but I know what it sounds like when it lies. Man, well, let's go ahead and we'll get out of here. We got some
Bills to pay?
Is that bills to pay?
Yeah,
How do
we'll
I
do-
know the difference in the song? This computer stuff is crazy.
I know.
Wow, I never sit this close to the producer. Can I touch a button? What about this one? All right,
Probably better not.
all right, all right. Can I touch one next time?
Maybe.
All right. Look at, they're all lit up though.
I know they are pretty.
All right, well, you pay some bills. I will go blow some bubbles. That's the only thing that's been getting me through this weekend. Who knew that bubbles had Prozac in them? Feels great. Let's pay some bills and get ready. It's Cork Jar Sunday, so let's end our Sunday fun day by cheering on the greatest drummer to ever live in East Tennessee, Tori the Nature Boy Lee.
Volunteer Radio stays on the air with donations from listeners and from the Sweetwater 420 Fest 2019, going down April 19th through the 21st at Centennial Olympic Park in Atlanta, Georgia, featuring performances from Widespread Panic, the Avett Brothers, Jason Isabel, Moon Taxi, Revolution, and many more artists, heard right here on 90.3 The Rock. 90.3 The Rock is giving away a pair of 3-day passes to the Sweetwater 420 Fest. Listen for your chance to call in and become an instant qualifier. Listeners can also put their name into the registration box at UT Recycling during our live broadcast going down Saturday, March 30th from 1 to 5 p.m. The public recycling drop-off is located at 2121 Stevenson Drive, Dock 24, just off Neyland Drive near the water treatment plant. We randomly draw the winner on Monday, April 1st, and that's no joke, so tune in. From your festival hookup station, 90.3 The Rock. Tickets and more info at sweetwater420fest.com.
Thank you, Jay. And it is the 94Z Tower Takeover on Volunteer Radio, 90.3 The Rock. Hey, we're a college station, and during spring break, we looking for DJs. And we found some, and we were fortunate enough to have them right here with us in the studio today. And, Tori, we have another caller.
Oh, okay.
And, we'll just, Jake's not here to answer the phone, so I'll do it. Hello, 94Z on 90.3. Who is this?
Hey, how you doing in Knoxville, Tennessee?
Coach Boo.
Coach Boo.
Hey, what the hell happened over there? I hear you're no longer on the air.
We're not sure, but we found a nice little temporary place to take shelter and refuge from the storm, if you will.
Well, that's a good thing. You want I should send Rougarou up there to Knoxville to take care of that stuff?
We could use a Rougarou.
We could always use a Rougarou, but I don't want to get him disqualified. You got a big season coming up.
He's gonna be just fine. They can't find him anyway. He only come out and play during the season.
Right on.
Keep him in a cage the rest of the time.
But this year, we got some exciting news this year. Coach Reinowski, he went out to Russia, and he recorded some new players.
Oh, really?
Good, cool.
Yeah, Ruger, he don't care for him too much. They look at him real funny every time he lift onto the field. Take him off his chair. They just kind of look at him, talk to each other in their language, and I can't understand. And they run from him.
Well, you need some Russian players, though.
Yeah.
Oh, they big too. Oh, they big, but they eat cabbage all the time. I don't know what the deal is.
They eat cabbage all the time.
All the time. It beats.
And beets. Well, balanced diet.
Yeah, vodka.
Well, listen, I'm glad to hear you back on the air, and I hope everything goes well for you. Go Nutra.
Thank you.
All right, go Nutra. Thanks for calling, Coach Boo. Oh, Coach Boo and the fighting Nutra. We're wishing him good luck in the upcoming 2019
Go Nutra.
season.
Because of the following special program, WKRP in Cincinnati and Lou Grant will not be presented this evening.
Boy, the way Sid Vicious played. Losers that made the hit parade. Punks like that, they had it made. Those were the days. And you knew who you were then. The Ramones were the rockers and the Dead Boys were men. Mister, we could use a man like G.G. Allen again. Didn't need no club security. Everybody punched with fury. GRK car ran really great. Those were the days. Once upon a time, there was a slimy dive bar where we used to break a glass or two. Remember how we slam danced away the hours and dreamed of all the bad things that we would do? Then the raunchy years, they went rushing by us, and we lost some good friends on the way. And if by chance I'd see you in that dive bar, we'd smack one another, and of course, we would say, those were punk rock days, my friend. We thought they'd never end. We'd slam, dance, and drink for a day. We'd live the life we choose. We'd fight and never lose. We were young and sure to have our way. La 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 la. We'd smash the guitars, you know, the ones we choose. We'd stomp them with our boots. Those were the days, my friends. Oh yes, those really were the days. But just tonight, I stood outside of that old dive bar. Nothing was the way it used to be. And in the glass, I saw a strange reflection. Was that ancient loser punk rocker really me? But through the door, there came some familiar sounds. And I saw your mohawk and heard you call my name. Oh, my friend Joey Ramone. We're older, but no wiser. For in our hearts, that noise is still the same. Those were the shows, my friend. We thought they'd never end. We'd slam and drink forever and a day. We'd break the guitars we choose. We'd fight and never lose. For we were rebellious and sure to have our way. La 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 la. The punk rock shows, we thought they'd never end. Yes, those were the days, my friend. They were the days, my friend. Yes, those really were the days. 5,086 years ago tonight on the Colonel. Kiss Radio Show.
Bro, stop talking about turkey legs.
And we're back on 90.3 The Rock. It is.
But I don't know nothing about that Colonel Bacchus.
Colonel Bacchus radio show right here. This is where it began.
Man.
Many moons ago, the Colonel Bacchus radio show started right here on 90.3 The Rock, back when it was New Rock 90 at the time.
Wow.
And
we're very lucky. You know, most people say that, you know, you're lucky to know somebody, or like I'm sure Colonel Bacchus' parents were always like just so proud. Okay. Right, like they're lucky to have had him, and we're lucky to have gotten to know him. I mean, everybody that was in here getting to listen to Colonel Bacchus right then, you know, it made Jay smile, and Jay knows good music.
Yes,
right?
He does.
The only other person whose musical taste I would trust, right there on par with Jay, or maybe even a little bit more, from 94Z in the Tower Takeover, the great and powerful Oz, buddy. How are you doing?
He's getting on his headphones. Ask him one more time.
What's up, man? I'm not going to do it. I said something nice to him, and he wasn't ready with his headphones on. Didn't you hear that part?
I heard you throw it to me, brother. It's all I need.
Yeah, buddy. First of all, I want to tell you that I love you, and it's been an absolute pleasure getting to finally share radio with you. One of my first times ever getting called in to do a radio show for somebody else. I was in there getting interviewed and getting to do a show on Saturday night, and Oz was in there. Taking care of the old X or the Z or the Y or whatever it was, the P. So he was definitely taking care of the station, already and just talking to me like I already was in radio, and that was years before we ever got to work together. So you're always being. Anybody could say it that knows you. You're very helpful and outgoing, and you love going to the shows just as much as I do. And I think that it's amazing. I wouldn't say that you have my same childlike wonder because you're an adult, but it's been an honor, man, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Well, I will say, watching you at shows with that childlike mentality at live music is wonderful because I feel that myself most of the time. Although I might not show it because
you're an adult.
I've been doing it. I've been doing this for a long time. I've actually seen a lot of shows, but to see your excitement and joy at live music and entertainment, and like the first time, because it really is a lot, especially the video that went viral, was very much you.
I'm not a good clapper.
But meeting you, Jake, you're an absolute professional. You're very talented at what you do, and you know. One thing that I've been doing for many years is I've been doing radio, and I know many years back I got into stand-up comedy, which was not my element. You know, sitting in this padded room is very easy for me. For me to get on the radio and talk to people is very easy because I'm by myself in this padded room and it's safe, and there's nobody watching me.
You need to get a Tory.
But
you need a Tory. That way you got somebody in there to talk to.
But to step out and do the stand-up comedy, to do, you know, live comedy on a stage, you were one of the first people I met at the open mics. You were always there. We always had a nice vibe. We always talked, and I always thought you were fantastic. And I know that we're in good company. I see, you know, Trey Crowder, Corey Foster, and I consider you to be in their level. You were right there with them. When I met you, I met them, and I see what they're doing. And I can see from the vibe, and I can see from what has happened with the change.com, or change.org, I should say, for you guys to do something more. You're right there like I always thought you were when I first met you. You are exactly on that level. You've got that something special, and I want you to keep moving forward, brother.
Well, thank you so much. I'd say I learned it all from watching you. And there was a comedy show where it was like the host with the most, and I just started going out to Side Splitters to do some comedy. And they're like, you know, you're coming here to the show, and of course back then still made the joke that I didn't need a +1, and but I said no, I came here to support Oz. You know, he's one of us from the open mic. I don't know the rest of these other host people from all these other things, but I know Oz because we are in this open mic trenches together, and so
right.
Yeah, man, you've always held it down, and I'm very jealous that we never got to have like a poker thing where you could raise money for something we were trying to do with the .org.
You know me. I'd have loved to have done that. If something comes my way, man, you know I'm down to throw some chips in the middle and like get all in with it.
Well, let me ask you an interview style question. With all the years that you've had in radio, and now that we're sitting here in the college station where people come and learn and want to try to be in radio. Look, Mom, I'm in college, right? What would you tell some of these guys and girls that are going to UT, that are coming down here underneath the Annie hole and trying to work hard and get into radio? What would be like one of your first pieces of advice to them?
My first piece of advice would be that I got my start here just like anybody else. I actually started in Chattanooga at WAWL 91.5 The Wall, which was a college station much like this one. But that first year that I got into it, I came back home for summer. That's how you do it. When you go away from college, you come home for summer. But I was in radio, and I was hungry for it. And because of it being my hometown, I knew the guy that was actually the local student program director. And he actually let me come in here and do a show Saturday night, 7 to 10. And so, you know,
they say they still haven't been able to fill that slot yet.
Oh, it was a loud rock show. It was heavy. But yeah, I mean, but I would just say that, you know, just keep at your craft, keep what you do. Like the fact that we are here in this moment, you know, I love this studio. I love everything about it. In fact, to me, when you think about radio, when you think about college radio or just radio in general, this is the embodiment in the basement of a garage.
Yeah. I know.
It's got padded, it's got stickers everywhere. It's got posters up everywhere. I mean, it's got a legacy. It's got a feel to it that you can't buy, you can't replicate, you can't make up. it's got years of people and musicians that have started from nothing and become something. And it's just one of those things that this is a great place to learn. It's a great place to be. And that's why I came out here today, because I started here.
Yeah.
Why would I not come back here and at least, say one goodbye and say thank you to everybody, and at least enjoy every time you get to crack the mic. You know that, Jake.
Yeah, I do.
You understand that. Anytime you can get in front of us on a stage or in front of somebody or crack a mic, you're going to do it, because that's what we do.
Is that a microphone you've got right there? I'll use that. I'll use that. Yeah, this is an amazing station, and of course the music that plays on 90.3. The music and the station together look like they would ask you, "Oh yeah, you like that band? Name 3 songs." Right? Like this, I mean, this is the room that every kid in every skater movie wanted right here. This is perfect. Oz, thank you for being a major part of the Z, my life, and getting to be to where I am now in radio. And I'm so happy that you're a part of this takeover. And I'm really excited because you finally get to participate in a nerd out.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's
right.
Coming up
next.
I've got the bracket in there behind you. We're taking it all the way to the championship. One last ride in the intergalactic Cadillac. Let's pay some bills. Maybe listen to a song. I don't know. I don't really work here. So
I'm really work anywhere right now, Jake.
Which is great too, by the way. I need a ride out to the Grand Canyon. Anybody want to go see one sunset this week? Because I got some free time on my hands all of a sudden. But it's Jake, Tori, Oz, Jay from the local show. We've got Pastor Adam, Sarah B, Waylon Whiskey, and of course, Gutterball McGillicuddy.
Good afternoon.
And good afternoon to all of you. Let's go ahead and pay these bills, and we'll be right back here on The Rock 90.3.
Wait a minute. WUUTK.
Okay.
Wait, I messed it up.
The 94C Tower Takeover on 90.3.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, freaks, geeks, dorks, and snorks, it is time for the final day of the Snake Eyes Comics Morning After Nerd Out Bracket Challenge. And due to a change of venue, because of the construction to the morning aftermath, we are moving ahead in our coverage due to time restraints. With the 2 vols for life, though, in the bracket still, it's got the rest of the bracket screaming foul, as we've got Admiral Schofield and Eric Berry with a little bit of home field advantage as we run through the rest of this bracket and get all the way to our champion. We're going to go as fast as possible. You know all the cast of characters. It's Jake James, Tori the Nature Boy Lee, Gutterball McGillicuddy, Jay from the local show. We've got the great and powerful Oz, the one and only Waylon Whiskey, the apple of our eyes, Sarah B, and of course, the spiritual leader that for everyone, it's Pastor Adam. So we're going to do this nerd out bracket as fast as possible. We have got our first matchup to take on Yoda. It is Harry Potter and Wonder Woman. We're going right with the man. Tori, what do you think?
I'm going Wonder Woman.
Going Wonder Woman. All right. Now, Jay, who do you got?
The new Wonder Woman movie was fantastic. Rebooted the DC franchise.
Oh, nice. 2 votes for Wonder Woman. Sarah B.
You know I'm going Harry Potter. Gotta keep the magic going.
Gotta go with the Potter. There's one. It could be a matchup. Waylon Whiskey in this first round right here of this one. What
It's
do you
the
got?
era of the lady, and I'm going with Wonder Woman.
Going Wonder Woman. Pastor Adam, what do you got?
I, too, am going Wonder Woman.
Oh, wow. Wonder Woman's really putting a beat down on the Potter. Great and powerful Oz, his first ever nerd out with us. Who do you got? Harry Potter or Wonder Woman?
Oh, I got to go Wonder Woman.
Going Wonder Woman for a 5 sweep right there. And, of course, we're all ready for the nerd out as we've got our rings on, the star crunches in our bellies, and, of course, the candles going. Gutterball, who do you got in this one?
I got Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman, and it doesn't matter because I will never watch a Harry Potter movie. Wonder Woman moving on to take on Yoda. All right, here's the one that's really got everybody upset with the change of venue. We've got the man, the myth, the legend, Admiral Schofield, the senior of our Baller Vols, going up against Peter Parker, Spider-Man. I got to know, Tori, who you got?
After today, go UT. Admiral Schofield.
Admiral Schofield, first points on the board. Jay, what are you thinking?
I'm all Vol.
All Vol for life right there. 2 for the SCO. Sarah B.
Admiral all the way.
Admiral again, Waylon Whiskey.
Sweet 16, baby. Let's go Schofield.
Oh, high fives all around so far. Pastor Adam.
Well, I'm going to go with Schofield as well because he knows how to score.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Great and powerful Oz. What are you thinking right here?
Sweet 16, baby. Admiral Schofield.
And, of course, I know the Vol for Life that I'm sharing this production studio with right now. Gutterball, what are you thinking?
You know it.
You already know Admiral Schofield is going to be going on to the next round to take on Captain Marvel. Wow, what a matchup. Now, the second Vol for Life going up against a number 1 seed in Aquaman. It's Eric Berry. We're going to go right to my man, Tori. Tori, what do you think about Eric Berry and Aquaman?
I'm going with Eric Berry.
Eric Berry.
All.
Jay, what do you got?
I don't know. That Aquaman movie wasn't as bad as they say.
Uh-oh. So what's your vote, though?
I don't know. I'm going to try to split the vote here.
You just don't even want to say it, do you? Because you know Eric Berry's listening. This is his home station right here. All right. Are you saying Aquaman?
Eric Berry.
Eric Berry, that's what I'm talking about. Sarah B, what do you got? Aquaman?
Eric Berry.
Eric Berry. All right. Waylon?
Well, I gotta go. I gotta go with this because just like us, he's unemployed. Eric Berry.
Eric Berry. Pastor Adam, he beat cancer. What are you thinking? Eric Berry?
I'm actually going for Aquaman.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing. He's got
He is
God
from
on his side.
Nebraska,
He's not scared of Eric Berry. He's got God on his side. Oz, what are you thinking?
Well, we've got our rings on here in nerd out fashion, and I'm wearing my Superman ring, so I got to stay Justice League and go Aquaman.
Aquaman right there. Wow, it's very close. I'm one of the main ones that wanted to put Aquaman in the number 1 seed. I love the movie, but like he said, Eric Berry got fired days before he could have $7.2 million. I kind of feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if you feel that.
No, what I meant was 7 more hours on the radio is what I thought I was at least going to get. Definitely going Eric Berry. Gutterball, what are you thinking?
Stop Berry.
Eric Berry is going to be moving on to take on, I can't see it for some reason. Oh, Rick Sanchez. Wow. All right. Now moving on to what would have been the matchup to end the week. Next week, it's a big one. The Batman is terrifiedly mad because he was in the wrong bracket. He's going up against Skeletor. D&D rules apply, and the man that doesn't know anything about those rules, Tori, what are you thinking?
I'm going Batman.
Batman over Skeletor. All right, Jay, what do you got?
Masters of the Universe.
Ooh, Skeletor with a vote. All right, Sarah B.
I'm also going for Skeletor.
Ooh, another one for Skeletor. Whalen Whiskey. Skeletor.
I'm going Skeletor.
Nice. Pastor Adam.
Batman.
You know he's not going to go for the skull guy that wants to take over the world.
Batman's unemployed too, though. So.
Batman. Well, not really. I guess he gets everything. Oz, what are you thinking? He's still going Justice League with this one.
I'm Batman.
Uh-oh, Batman. It's 3-3. It's tied up. Going to Gutterbomb and Gillicuddy. What are you thinking to break this tie right here about Skeletor and Batman?
I'm going with Skeletor.
Whoa. Yeah. Wow. I tell you what, because you broke the tie, my vote won't matter anyway. We're going Skeletor to move on to take on Venom. Wow. It looks like our Elite 8 is now set. As we go back to the original matchup, let's go with the number 1 overall seed, last year's winner, Wonder Woman versus Yoda, to move on to the Final 4. I got to know, Tori, what are you thinking right here?
Yoda.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yoda getting a vote right there.
Little Green
Man. He battled through Slimer all the way to get here, trying to get into the Final 4. Jay, what are you thinking?
It was pretty cool when he blew up the Jedi Temple in the new movies, so yeah.
It's cool when Yoda does anything, and so that's another vote for Yoda over Wonder Woman right there. Sarah B., what do you got?
I'm sticking with the Force.
Oh, wow. Wow, I thought you was going to go girl power. That's amazing right there. So another vote for Yoda. Whalen Whiskey.
They were both underestimated from day one, but I'm going to go with the little green guy. Yoda's my man.
Wow, Yoda pulling off what looks like to be an upset over the former number 1 seed. Pastor Adam, what do you got?
Well, I thought coming into this, my vote for Yoda would be an underdog, but I guess Yoda it is.
Yep. I mean, listen, man likes religion. He's seen Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? All right, Oz, what do you got here, man? You having fun on your first Nerd Out?
This is awesome. I'm enjoying it. This is a lot of fun. But I'm definitely going demigod, Wonder Woman.
Wow, he sticks with his Justice League love right there. Gutterball, it's kind of a blowout. I know you. Star Wars Thursday was started because of you. Yep, sounds like
championship I would win.
Listen, you can be a tiny dancer down in Dagobah anytime you want. We're going Yoda again to go to the Final 4. Yoda taking out former number 1 seed and last year's champion in Wonder Woman. Wow, this is amazing. Now a matchup that everybody wants to see. The powerful Captain Marvel versus the General the baller of all himself, Admiral Schofield, getting this home field advantage. They're not liking it in the rest of the bracket. What are we thinking about Admiral Schofield and Captain Marvel to go on to the Final Four, Tori?
Staying with the Vols.
Wow, another one for the
Schofield.
Go. What you got, Jay?
I may lose some nerds points, but I've not even seen the Captain Marvel movie yet, so you know what's going Admiral.
You're going for the General. All right. How about Sarah B?
Well, we are on UT campus right now, so sticking home court.
Admiral Schofield. Wow. Captain Marvel was such a big hit to get into this round.
Yeah.
To her not getting a vote at all, it seems wild. Waylon Whiskey, what are you talking about?
I'm going with the coolest name in sports, Admiral Schofield.
You're darn right. Ready to go. Pastor Adam, originally from Nebraska, so his vote sometimes when it comes to Vols for Life is a little bit salty. What are you thinking?
I went with the Admiral last time, but I've got to go with the Captain this time.
Wow, going Captain Marvel for her first vote on the board. I need to know, Oz, what are you thinking?
I got to go with Jay. I ain't seen Captain Marvel yet, so I'm going to go Schofield.
Wow, it almost doesn't matter now, but Gutterball, who you got?
Admiral.
Admiral's moving
Captain's
on.
got crunched.
We got our first Vol for Life in the Final Four. It's never happened in a Nerd Out bracket. Admiral Schofield moving on to get the take on, I believe, is that Yoda now?
Yep.
Oh, my goodness, in the Final Four matchup. All right, here we go. We've got, Eric Berry and who can I see? And Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty, the Rickest Rick, C137. Tori, still, you're a big Rick and Morty fan. We went out and got to be a part of the bus. What are you thinking in this matchup right now with Eric Berry and Rick Sanchez?
I'm going with Rick Sanchez.
Wow. He says it doesn't matter. Eric Berry can take over and go into any portal, and Rick's still going to pull it off.
Sanchez.
Wow. Jay, what do you got?
Wubba lubba dub dub.
Wubba lubba dub dub. 2 votes for Rick on the board right there. Sarah B., what are you thinking?
Nope, still sticking with UT.
Eric Berry. Waylon Whiskey.
I got to go with Rick Sanchez on this one.
Wow.
Gotta go with it.
Rick over Eric Berry. It's blowing my mind. You guys know that we're at 90.3 The Rock on campus, but okay, we'll go. Pastor Adam, what are you thinking?
I'm also going with Rick Sanchez.
Wow. Wow, look at Rick getting started to be a blowout. Oz, what are you thinking?
I mean, I see the way this is going, and the only way that it's going to be a fair fight is if Eric Berry has a chance to be involved, because Schofield is going to need some competition, or else it's going to be a shoo-in. So I'm going to go with Eric Berry.
Oh, wow. Getting Eric Berry a vote. Gutterball, what are you thinking?
Eric Berry.
Eric Berry, also my vote, but it doesn't matter. Rick Sanchez moving on to the Final Four. Getting by Eric Berry. You beat cancer, but you can't beat the Rickest Rick. All right, here it comes down. We've got Skeletor versus Venom. Venom, a big surprise, taking out Stan Lee, the overall #1 seed from that side of the bracket, trying to get in. Does he make it to the Final Four? I got to know, Tori, Venom or Skeletor?
Venom.
Wow, Venom with his first vote right there. Okay, what are you thinking, Jay?
I can't believe he took out Stan Lee, so I'm going with Venom.
Venom, 2 votes right here. Sarah B., what are you thinking?
No, I'm going old school Skeletor right here.
That's what I'm talking about. Skeletor, Waylon Whiskey.
I'm going spoiler because I didn't want him taking out Stan Lee, so I'm going Skeletor.
That's right. Man, I wanted to hear the laugh one more time, too. Pastor Adam, what do you got?
I'm going Venom.
Venom, whoa. Oh, it's a close one right here, and one that I thought would be a blowout. Oz, what are you thinking? Nice. Well, I'm going to take that for Skeletor.
I'll take that as a Skeletor.
All right.
Skeletor works.
All right, how about you, Gutterball? Need to know it.
Man, I'm with Waylon. I'm still upset over the Stan Lee upset, so I'm taking Skeletor.
Skeletor moves on to the Final Four by 1 vote. Oh, my goodness, this is amazing. We're not going to take a break for our sponsors because we're unsponsored now. Unless you count my AA companions. Now, we're going to go into it. It's our Final Four. What are we looking at? Yoda versus Admiral Schofield to get into the championship matchup. Tori, where's it at?
Admiral.
Oh, wow, Admiral again.
Schofield.
Oh, man, that's crazy. Okay, now, Jay, what are you thinking?
The force is strong with this one, but it's Admiral.
Oh, wow, 2 for Admiral. Sarah B., what you got?
Admiral of the way.
Whoa, it's going to looking like a blow. This is Yoda we're talking about. Waylon Whiskey, drop some Dagobah knowledge on him.
I can't do it.
Can't do it.
As much as I want to do it, I can't do it. I mean, he can do flippy stuff. He can do things with his mind. But you know what he doesn't have? Reach. I'm going with Admiral Schofield.
Wow. It would almost be impossible for Yoda to come back now due to time constraints. Pastor Adam, though, what are you thinking?
I'm going Yoda.
Wow, Yoda. Oz, man, I need to know. What are you thinking?
Admiral.
Admiral, that's, wow. Gutterball?
defer to Admiral Schofield, I will.
Yep. We're going to let Admiral just have that one because even if I said Yoda, I wouldn't say Yoda on this station. Admiral Schofield working his way into the championship game. Oh, my goodness. Now what we got? We got Eric Berry versus Skeletor to get into the championship matchup. What are you thinking, Tori?
I'll see an all-vol championship. I'm going to go with Eric Berry.
Oh.
Wait, no, Rick Sanchez.
I'm sorry. There's been a recount. Found out that Rick actually got by.
Way to go, Florida.
Ready? Take two.
All right.
Okay, I'm going with Rick then.
Rick over Skeletor.
Yes.
All right. Once again, it's harder when you can't see the bracket. All right, Jay, what are you thinking? Rick Sanchez or Skeletor?
Rick Sanchez.
2 votes for Rick. All right, Sarah B, what do you got?
Nope, Skeletor.
Skeletor. Oh, this could be a close one. Waylon, what are you thinking?
I'm going Skeletor.
Skeletor
It doesn't make any sense, but we need an upset here.
Skeletor ties it up. Pastor Adam, what are you thinking?
I'm going Rick Sanchez.
Uh-oh, Rick. Oz, man, what do you got?
I'm going Skeletor.
Wow, okay. Gutter ball.
I can't believe Eric Berry's not in it. I'm going Skeletor.
Wow, Skeletor. Skeletor for the win. It wouldn't matter what my vote is at that point. Anyway, that's why we do it with an odd number of people. Your championship matchup is set up. It is now Skeletor versus Admiral Schofield. And due to time constraints, we're going to just move on up to that. Do the construction. The morning aftermath happened.
Yep.
All right, Tori, my partner in crime for so many years, our last Nerd Out bracket, the championship game. I got too drunk in the parking lot to see it for myself. What happened?
I want to see Admiral Schofield win this and national championships.
That's what I'm talking about. So the first vote, Schofield over Skeletor. Jay, where you at?
I mean, Skeletor might have him in the meme department, but Admiral is going to take it all the way.
Another vote for Admiral. Sarah B.
Gonna stick with Rocky Top.
Oh, wow. It's almost to the point where Skeletor can't make it back. Waylon, what are you thinking?
I'm just going to say this right here. You know, Cinderella eventually is never going to get her shoe back. So Skeletor is not going to come from a number 5 seed to beat the number 1 seed. I'm going with Admiral Schofield.
Admiral Schofield all the way so far. Pastor Adam, what are you thinking?
It looks like a total blowout of Admiral Schofield.
Wow, another one for Schofield. Oz, you got Skeletor, you got Admiral Schofield in the final. What are you thinking?
You know what I'm thinking, like everybody else is thinking. We're here at WUTK.
Yep.
It's Admiral Schofield all the way.
It's Admiral Schofield and Gutterball. I just want to let you get it in there too. What are you thinking?
Well, this is going to be unpopular, but I'm taking Admiral Schofield.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Nerd Out bracket now belongs to Admiral Schofield. It's great to be a Tennessee ball. I said it's great to be a Tennessee ball. I said it's great. I tell you what, we're almost at the top of that 6 o'clock hour. We're ready to go. The Tower Takeover, 94Z. We've been honored to get to be in here.
Thank you.
It's so much. Straight. Can we play one song and then come back and give our shout outs and goodbyes? Do we have that kind of time?
Yeah, let me find a quick tune.
Just so we go.
Right
Hey,
under
man,
the bus
play the
there.
vines, get free, man. Play the vines, get free. That's
See,
like
that's
2
right.
minutes. That's 2 minutes, and they'll give us like a
So
minute
how's
to
it,
say.
how's it feel to be a producer there, Striker?
It feels great.
Yeah, I'm enjoying not having to do
Switch
this.
places with me.
Yeah, it's awesome. So
I've been Friday Tory today.
you have been Saturday Tory on a Sunday.
Sunday.
I think
been
it's Sunday,
amazing.
Tori, actually.
Here's Oz's request.
And of course, we're getting ready for tonight down there at Scruffy City Hall to see Cork Jar and everybody else. When we come back, everybody's final goodbye from the Tower Takeover on The Rock.
You're listening to the 94Z Tower Takeover.
Yes, and it's been an absolute great day. Thank you, Gutterball, for letting us all come in here and be a part of this. Thank you to
Glad to have you
the UT students that gave up their time right here to let us come
They're
in
on
here.
spring break.
Right, and that's why.
That's why.
Yeah.
So no, thank you.
So I can eat that sandwich then, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's your sandwich now.
Well, I saw we need to come back and give our kind of like what we learned today, our shout outs, our loves. And of course, Tori, it gets to be that burning sensation. At my arm, I feel like it's a heart attack, and it's actually a for real panic attack this time. And I need to know, what'd you learn today, Tori? And your shout outs and your love.
All right. Well, I learned just over the weekend that how much love we do have from our listenership and everybody, all the messages. I've tried to go through and like and respond to every one of them, but there's so many, and I'm trying to get around to it. But thank you so very much. I mean, it's been a pleasure to come in and spend the last, going on 3 years with you guys. And it was a dream come true building this show. And I'm very lucky and thankful to Mr. Stryker over here that he lets us come in today and actually say goodbye, which is something in radio never ever happens. You know, in radio you cut the switch and usually that's it, and you go on to the next thing, and hopefully, you know, we can pick it up and move on. So, you know, Stryker, and to UTK here, thank you so very much for giving us a chance to actually say goodbye.
Thanks for being here, man.
Very beautiful.
Next.
Jay, I got to know, what'd you learn today? Shout outs and your love.
Well, you know, my experience in radio started right here. My experience at 94Z started because of the man sitting next to me, Mr. Gutterball McGillicuddy.
What?
I mean, it was great to go through that experience with him and to be back here, come full circle. You know, sometimes things end, but, you know, when they circle around to the beginning, it could be the best thing ever.
Yeah, you never know. I'm not really there yet, but I think that's beautiful. Oz, I got to know, what'd you learn today? Shout outs and love.
I learned that I should have got involved in the Nerd Out poll a lot earlier than I did.
Yeah, you missed out on that.
I totally missed out on that. I was missing out on the brackets all this time, man. That was a lot of fun.
I tell you, that's why we hung it in the studio. We figured y'all would write in your votes for it.
Well, but a couple of days beforehand, I actually almost took a picture and posted it on the Facebook, and you guys beat me to it, or else I would have done it just because I was like intrigued by the whole notion. I wanted to like know more about it.
We were allowed to vote on it.
Yeah,
I know.
It's not. It's the 94Z. It was the morning afters bracket. You know what I'm saying? It's up for all of us.
But I also learned that, you know, this is a great town that is tied to the community, and, you know, at the end of the day, anybody that's listening and learning, and this is a learning facility, so if I want to teach you or say anything that's of any educational value, that remember, in this day and age, with everything that's available, people like to point out that there's other mediums, other ways to get, you know, your entertainment. That's great, but at the end of the day, local radio is about community. It's about being connected. It's about what Jake and Tori did every morning. They reached out to the community. They reached out. Pastor Adam, Sarah from I get that right? I missed it. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm in a moment, and I realized that I might have lost.
It's a moment, guys. Come on.
I might have lost the right name with the right person. I want to make sure everything got associated. But yeah, it's all about local community. It's all about being live and local. And I want to thank Stryker for letting us come out here and do this. And it is a great thing that we got to do this afternoon. And like Tori said, you don't always get to say goodbye. So it's always great to say goodbye. But just know that, you know, in this game, it's a hustle. This isn't the last you're going to hear from us.
No.
By no means.
No way.
You'll hear us. Maybe we might all not be in the same place, at the same station, at the same time and place from here on moving forward. But we all going to be in the game. We're all going to keep doing what we do. You'll hear us again.
Yeah, I'll definitely be in the state of confusion and denial for a little while. That's where I'll be.
You'll get over that, Jake.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to lay this knowledge on you, Jake, because it's an educational facility, and you've never been in radio.
Well,
welcome to radio, son.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, you ain't been in radio till you've been fired. That's another thing you got to learn if you're going to be in radio and you're listening and you're trying to learn. You are not in radio till you've been fired. And as a matter of fact, that goes for Jay too, because that was his first real radio gig outside of here. Yeah. So welcome to radio. Everybody, welcome to radio. Welcome to the business. Now you know what it's like. Now you know what to expect. Remember this, learn from it, grow, continue on, move forward. It's never the end. It's just the beginning of something new. And you aren't in it till you've been fired and you understand what it's like to love something to where you will like give your all for it.
Well, half of the journey is the trip to get there. And so it's been an amazing thing. Well, I'll tell you what I learned. I've got a couple things. And since Sarah B's here also, I've got a haiku, right? So you got to have it in that way. I've definitely learned over this weekend that I can definitely now do the Sally Field impression. Like, you like me. You really, really like me. Right? And so, and just, you know, it's been amazing working with everyone in radio and meeting some of the coolest people, all the hugs, even the unsolicited ones, right? I loved when I get to meet somebody and they always think that I'm whatever they wanted me to be, right? Like, oh, I didn't know that you weren't black, or I didn't know you weren't Hebrew, or I thought you were gay. It was always whatever they thought.
You've got curly hair?
Whatever they thought that they wanted me to be, I was. And so that was always awesome. And I used to think that you don't make friends in older age, and well, this job and this time together has proved that wrong. And so I mean, all the shows, all the mornings, all the guests, all the calls, all the nerds, all the times that we cracked the mic. Some days were harder than others, but we definitely gave our all for Tennessee, and every show we tried to go to, and I have the biggest smile, and, you know, the rule of the bird, no one's having more fun than us, and so we try to have as much fun as possible while we were in this place, and just know that it was the time of my life getting to be the morning after host.
Yeah, just keep an eye out for an ear out for podcasts coming up in the future too.
Yeah.
And so the haiku, the morning after, Local J, Lunch with Shoe, Great Magical Oz. So yeah, haiku right there. And always remember, everybody, open up your heart, let that hippie out, and never pass on an adventure. And the intergalactic Cadillac will get back on the rims and back out there eventually.
And thank you, Knoxville.
Thank you, Knoxville. Thank you, Tori. Thank you, everybody.
Support local radio and local music.
Support your friends and everything that you can do. Find somebody today that you love and hug them. What do you guys think? You ready to take a multi-hour break?
Not really, but I guess we're going to.
Well,
we need a group hug.
Yeah, I think we do. Listen, always buckle up before you back up and turn those headlights on when you drive. And life's too short as is. Put the phone down. Don't text and drive. Don't app and drive. And look both ways for bicycles, motorcycles, and silverback gorillas. From the intergalactic Cadillac, I'm Jake James, with Tori the Nature Boy Lee, Local Show Jay, and of course the great and powerful Oz. Big ups to Gutterball McGillicuddy and each and every one of you. Knoxville, we love you. Kisses. Woo!